crystally, you know. If you know what crystal is, it was just like, man, I felt like I was shining out of every part of my body. You know, I felt like everything from the inside out. Right, dude. It was like a strong acid trip, man. You know, and but then when I pulled the cord, okay, all of a sudden the chute came out, everything evened out. It was the most incredible, priceless piece that that any human being could possibly experience. You know what I mean? Like, there's none of this bullshit, all this frequency crap that we've got down here, it's not up there. So after the body gets fucking jolted, and then you come to an even, you know, peace state, and you get to enjoy that without this 3D bullshit, man, I'm telling you.
That's exactly what Dr. Joe Dispenza talks about, being able to.
Wait, Adam, we're not just going to skip past you saying that you feel like that. We're just going to ask it. We're not going. You got me over here crying, bro. We're not.
Wait, man,
what do you mean acid? Wait. Let's talk about it. I've never tried it. People say those psychedelics really make you feel. Really right now.
I've got another story for that.
That shit just made me laugh very hard. I wasn't expecting that. That's really what it makes you feel like. Makes you feel like you're crystalline.
Yeah, man. Like,
I've been bungee jumping before, and like I get the feeling, but I didn't know that. Like,
it's wild, man. It's wild. Look, that was another thing that came to my mind. I was gonna leave this one out, but now because of you, Red Pill, I'm gonna say this. Y'all get to hear this psychedelic
story. Mushroom story. Let it be a mushroom.
This is not mushrooms. This is even better. This is DMT. Now,
oh my God, I've heard about it. Rogan taught me about that shit.
Everything you said was true. Now I'm gonna tell you a little bit more. Something that might spark your interest, and it is right in any translation of the Bible. The Ark of the Covenant was built out of the tree that contains the most dimethyltryptamine on the face of the earth. It was acacia. So, yeah, it's crazy.
Joe Rogan said that. I watched the whole Joe Rogan episode when he was talking about that. He mentioned the same stuff, that it's in the Bible and all of that shit.
See, I looked up how to be a online chemist, I guess. Like, you know how they say you take the mimosa root bark and you have to extract DMT molecules out of the bark shredding, right? So you have to put it in some naphtha, which is like pretty much, and then you put sodium hydroxide in it.
Not that you know the recipe or anything.
I mean, not like I've done it before, not like I've done expert in it.
I like to say it because I learned how to do it, so I think everybody else should have to learn.
Hey, why teach them, give them a fish and you can teach them how to do it themselves.
That's right, man. All right.
This is true service to others, man. This is true service to others. You're not giving people fishing poles and worms and shit. He'd be like, go get it. That's what we're doing out here. So, you special. Yeah,
I was thinking about this when Pam was talking. One of my craziest DMT trips. It was very insane. Okay, in the jungles of Peru, there's another plant that has a something or another acid inhibitor. Whatever in your stomach that breaks it down so quick, and in your brain, all throughout your body, that breaks the DMT molecule down so quick, it inhibits your body.
You get high.
Right. It inhibits your body from producing that chemical. So in Peru, they mix their DMT with this substance. So instead of a 5 or 6 minute DMT trip, they have a 5 or 6 hour DMT trip. Anyway,
yeah, an hour. Wow.
I got a hold of some of that. Right, I got a hold of some of that, and I didn't make ayahuasca tea like they do, but it was the closest I could come, and I went several different places, and on the following days after that trip, I'll go back to the trip in a minute, but on the following days after that trip, I definitely noticed, Pamela, what you were talking about when you get noticed in different dimensions, like, you know, it might not affect you too much in 3D. It might a little bit, but you definitely know you got a red flag on you in these other dimensional fields. And so anyway, I went through several spaces, and one of the most interesting spaces was controlled by the military. I don't know whose military, but I know it was a military that was interrogating me of how I got there. Now it's totally, you know, in your headspace. And so I was just in and out of there real quick. I encountered, and now I'm okay. I rationed this away for a long time until I kind of started learning some more. I'm a painter, so I wear white clothes. You know, when I work, I wear whites. And I came into this one space and I saw all these guys wearing whites, you know, and I looked at this guy and I looked down and I was wearing my whites as usual, you know, and I looked at this guy and I said, why are we all wearing whites? And he looked at me and he said, well, so we can all recognize each other. And in that space in my mind, I thought, well, that makes sense, you know, and I went on to a different, right, you know, and so I went on to different spaces and experienced different lifetimes and all of that. Now I've heard about that this can happen. So, you know, it didn't really surprise me, but now every day I'm learning more. And the craziest thing, people, okay, the craziest thing, once this medicine starts getting used the correct way, you know, one of the beings in white told me, and 2 or 3 other people in 2 or 3 other lifetimes told, and yes, I did experience alien entities. They're nothing like what we think. They don't look anything like we think. It's incredible. It's incredible. It brings their light beings,
mechanical gnomes.
And okay, there's different spaces you can go to. Like, I agree with everything Terrence says, except I did not invoke the machine elves because I don't like those guys. I've dealt with them. They're not my cats. You know what I'm saying?
Like real. I'm not jealous right now, but I'm jealous, because I've wanted to do DMT for a long time,
man. Just a little bit, you know.
And I promise you, out of all things, this will come to you when it's your time to do this. I promise you.
I like to see the smile on people's face when they talk about their experiences, because that lets you know, like, it was legit.
Yeah, right. This is just like
I'm jealous.
A golden nugget for when it happens, you know. And either way, like I've mentioned before, you know, different psychedelics, they're all alien communication technology. So,
I had somebody offer it to me before when I was younger, and I declined it. So now I'm like, shit, I really wish I would have tried it. I previously tried salvia, and I was like, fuck that. I don't want nothing to do with that again.
Right, dude. It's like 10,000 times that. So it's easier to handle because, you know, salvia is very mentally stressful, and, you know, your nerves in your body, it's stressful on your nerves. DMT is not like that. It takes you out instantly. And so anyway, in several of these spaces, several people and several beings, everybody except the military, told me very clearly, when you get back, write this down because you're not going to remember. So what did I do? I didn't fucking write it down. Now, I promise you, I've rehearsed that trip in my head every day since then, you know, because there's so many answers that came to me about me and my path and all of this, you know, but yeah, we're definitely noticed in the different dimensions that we're not aware of. Like, we're aware of the 3D, we're aware of the 4 and the 5, but we are also operating in 6, 7, 8, 9, all the way up. We are one. We are still connected with our higher self all the way through. Once you get that red flag, you know, I don't know how many dimensions I went through, but I know I went to different places that I did not believe existed. And now I believe them way more than I believe this.
I believe they
So,
they're
you know,
infinite dimensions.
Pamela,
That's why
what
they
you're
say
saying
it's
is
always
true.
expanding.
That makes
Hey,
perfect.
you know how they say
Absolutely.
Pleiadian ships, like Pleiadian ships in our atmosphere look like mushrooms. That's what they say. That's what I've heard. But this is, I'd say it is December 24th.
Oh, it's kind of bright.
You got to turn down the. No, I can see it now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see it. Damn, that looks like Super Mario mushroom.
Man, I'm telling you what.
Yeah.
Oh, that gives me the chills.
Wow.
There was a good video last night on the big
mushroom
called
clouds.
Athena, the Arcturian mothership.
Mushroom.
Yes, that was
Athena, I think it was called. But wild stuff.
Yeah, I watched that video too. That's crazy. Man, it's crazy, man, how this, like, the synchronicity in this group is fucking awesome, man.
Hey, so look, I had was doing some shit on that vaccine, like the actual ingredients, right? I ain't gonna go through all of them, but this one right here, they have monopotassium phosphate and dipotassium phosphate, which together makes fertilizer and buffing agents. You know what I'm saying? I mean, what the fuck?
What the fuck?
And the fact that people won't even do their due diligence to look what they really trying to put in themselves is fucking crazy.
Well, no, what's crazy is when you do it and try and show them and they still don't believe it.
Because it's not on CNN, y'all. You gotta remember that.
But like you said, man, this ain't gonna be for everybody.
No, I mean, that's the truth, though. It isn't. It isn't for everybody, because certain people.
I mean, you have to want to know for yourself. You have to feel it and believe. You have to look it up yourself.
Yeah, you have to deliberately want to be asleep to not see the shit. You got to deliberately want to be just sleeping to not see what's going on right now.
Exactly.
Like
Charlie Ward said. Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
There you go, Leisha. Say something, girl.
Yeah, I've got a couple of videos of UFOs that I like you to watch and see, but I don't know how to upload it. I've got it on my YouTube channel, but I think when Pamela sees it, she'd have an idea of what beings that are around me more.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, man.
Absolutely.
I just can't wait for them to come. You know what I mean? Just to like show them. So I don't want them to feel like. I know they don't feel like they have to be hiding because they're not.
Stop hiding in the clouds. Stop hiding in the clouds. Please come out.
I can already see. That's what I'm saying. When they show up and come down, I'm gonna be like, "Yo, what the?"
And
took so long.
Here's the crazy thing is, we're all talking about this. We've seen what's going on in the clouds. We're getting pictures. We're getting videos. We've all seen Gina's stuff lately. Like they've come out. You know, they have made themselves known, and we see it. We accept it, but we're waiting for the rest of the world. Panicking patriots can't fucking take it.
Yeah, exactly. It's still
they're here, man. We gotta
this.
quit playing like they're not.
It's still part of this weed now process. Like, it's there. The people have to make their decision on whether they believe it or not. Are they fear-based control, or are they free? You know? And if you're controlled by fear, then you're gonna probably see something totally different than what we see.
Okay, that's exactly what I just did. Was I was requesting them to come to get here, to be here on the ground. That's pretty much part of it.
Awesome.
That's how that will help speed up a better timeline.
Yeah.
I went to like a really high source to where I know when I woke up I was really out of it and that's like this. I think it's the farthest I've ever really went. And then and basically finding out that I am a Stargate, or I'm either a Stargate or a Stargate opener.
I know you activated me. That's what I know that much.
Yeah, because I'm doing this on first tries, just first tries.
Yeah, one thing I'm going to say about star seeds, and I'm going to shut up.
Sound look at you, Phil. Look at you.
I've talked about different things in the Bible and different stuff like that, but several places in the scripture it says, "O ye gates, and lift up your gates." Several translations, instead of your heads, your gates, or "O ye self," it says, "O ye gates." We are gates. We are interdimensional gates. We carry interdimensional gates within each physical body to be able to go back and forth and do what we do. And we're remembering that and activating it. Now, I haven't done it. That
is a form of time travel.
I've heard about this happening. Yeah.
Well, I've been doing it like all my life. So I was born with these gifts. I started at the age of when my first memory was I was 3.
Wow.
Awesome.
So it's like, I'm not saying I was awake the whole time, but I had the gifts.
That's what's up. This is dope, man. It's like the band of ragtag superheroes that came together out the blue to come fuck shit up. Like, we're gonna write a movie about this shit, man. For real. We're gonna write a movie about this shit. Like, it's like the ultimate underdog group right here. Like, I like this shit.
Abe, this is the first time I've seen you on here, man. I pretty much know where everybody else is from. Where you from, man?
I'm out here in the desert, man, in Las Vegas.
Yeah, that's that Vegas, man. Yeah.
That's what's up, man.
The Vegas.
Yeah. You're in Tennessee, no? I might be wrong. Tennessee?
Oh, I'm in North Louisiana.
Louisiana. Oh, sure. Okay.
The boot, baby. I already know what it is.
Yeah, yeah, man. Yeah, I'm happy to be on here with you. Like I said, I watched those Patriot bars the other day. It was just unbelievable. So, that you have me motivated. You have me motivated. So, but yeah, it's crazy. Pamela is saying that Stargate activating her body as a Stargate and as a portal and whatnot. She's not talking about doing it just anywhere. She's talking about doing it. I believe we had a conversation doing it in spaces and like underneath Agartha. Right? Am I wrong, Pamela? In other places, people have to have access to, permission. I don't know. She blew me away. Some stuff Pam tells me, I'm just like, wow.
One more thing.
A lot of that stuff, it's hard to fathom.
I go to Agartha. Last time I went, Archangel Michael dragged me out.
That's where all the crystals are, right? That's where the crystal caves are, right? And
that's why I go. I'm involved with the crystals.
One more piece of knowledge for people. The Emerald Tablets of Thoth.
Yeah.
Every time you do that shit, you just be dropping this. Boom. Go look this up. Boom. Go look this up.
Are those dope?
It should be dope, man. For real. I just come here and I just talk random shit, and everybody else is getting comfortable. Rosie, you have to say something. You just down there.
Hey, I'm pretty sure those tablets are in Gartha. Are you talking about Thoth? Are you sure it was his tablets? Because I'm pretty sure those are in Gartha. I heard. I'm not sure, but I think maybe Saint Germain or one of those channelers. I remember hearing something like that. And Jason Q mentioned it, by the way. So
Jason Q.
Wouldn't surprise me one bit.
Absolutely. Food for thought, ladies and gentlemen. Food for thought. That's all we offer. We just offer food for thought in a very entertaining way, low key. We're not trying to hurt nobody or trying to con nobody or get over. We're just offering knowledgeable information.
Spreading information.
Nowhere else. We literally just had a 15-minute acid trip conversation. In DMT, that's what I've never heard of that shit besides from Joe Rogan and right here. DMT.
Dimethyltryptamine. Yeah.
What the fuck the white boy said?
We make it now.
No cap. I'm gonna try that shit. I'm a daredevil. Yes.
Third eye.
Yeah, we have access to the cannabinoids, the opioids, to all that. We have access to it already.
DMT, we make it naturally.
Oh, okay. So I'm straight then. I'm always.
Once we get all the way activated.
Said I'm always lifted, so I'm straight.
Third eye.
Get all the way activated. It'll be for real, people. Look, once we get all the way activated, it'll be for real.
It's like when you dream. That's what happens when you dream. You get a small hit of DMT from your pineal.
Right.
My dreams,
subconscious starts to get activated. Then it's go time. It's like
I feel like I'm probably fighting crime and shit and fighting all types.
And like when you like have a near death experiences. That's why most people's near death experiences are so close to DMT trips.
Facts.
Oh, I nearly had one of them today when my house nearly burned down.
Say that one more time.
One more time. Now?
I said I nearly had one of them today when my house nearly burned down.
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
Yeah. My daughter left the stove on.
Man, you gotta be more
careful. It's a good job I went down and got the towel just in time.
You gotta be more careful. I probably gotta find me a babysitter and all that shit if I go do that shit.
Oh man.
Lock myself.
Boy, that was hardcore.
Yeah, especially if you're gonna do the drink and you don't want to be out there too long, you know, like them acid. You take that acid, you better be strapped in.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
But then that makes sense though, because they don't advertise, like you don't hear no rapper talking about I'm off DMT. You hear no rapper talking about
no, they want motherfuckers on alcohol and shit.
That's my point. Off that lean and that codeine and that, you know, oxycodone and Xanax and all of that shit. That's, man, look, we are dispelling myths all over the goddamn place. Rappers, start talking about DMT. I'm gonna start DMT bars.
I'm talking about the truth, period.
Get activated. Get activated. Fuck all that. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Oh man, they gotta go with what social media say, you know.
Yeah, man. That shit crazy.
I can't rap about the truth. I better.
You need to make some DMT.
Oh, my bad.
No, go ahead, bro. I just like sparking y'all, man. You know, keep talking. I don't care. This is a free forum. Talk the shit. I talk too much shit. People don't like that I talk shit. They told me I need to shut up. They told me
don't worry about what
fucking up their system. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna talk more. And then they banned.
I can't even remember my dreams anymore. My dreams have gone since that night when I started telling you about my dreams.
Me too. I just feel myself coming back in my body now. That's it. I just feel, and it feels like I feel like worn out, like I've been doing all types of extra shit I wasn't supposed to. I wake up, I'm like, whoo, man, stretching this shit. You know, I don't know, man. The astral projections, man. I'm trying to really, really get in tune with them joints because, like, you feel it, like right before you come to. If you really, really like consciously pay attention, you can literally feel coming back, like, you know. And I'll be trying to be like, you know, catch that moment. Like, could you ask yourself where I'm trying to get there, you know what I mean? Like, what the fuck was you doing? Like that type of shit. I just feel it, you know what I mean? And it's like, man, like I wasn't feeling that shit before. Like, it's like once you know that there's a possibility of something, you try to tune into every single and just
it's like when Goku gets to the next level, man, he's got to get used to his body and his powers, you know.
It's crazy, man. I just feel like each person in this group has something special to offer. Like, I mean, I don't know.
They do. Everybody does.
Man, we just got done listening to a video telling each specific person came from a particular. So it's like, why don't we need to let's find out what they know so we can. I just want to be able to compete on the same level as them. You know, I don't want to be able to control 100% of this shit so I can compete with they do. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what a big deal is, being able to be fully in control of our own, you know, decision making and ability to make different decisions if we want to. Great. Rosie.
Shit is awesome, man. This shit is dope.
Did you see that shit? Hi.
What was that, Rosie?
I don't know. It was a weird plane, and I just started.
For so many people dispelling these narratives and stuff, like we're really pushing like bad stuff. Like it's like, man, what are you paying attention to? Like, do you really think we're here alone? Like, you really think the creator created us as fucked up as we are as like you? All we want to do, like, I mean, not now, but back then, all we wanted to do was compete with other countries or other races or other cultures or whatever to be the supreme, whatever the fuck. It's like we couldn't have been the only ones. Like, there had to be somebody you know, some other races created, just trying to be peaceful and shit. It's like, well, once we find them,
man, something happened, bro. That flood shit, something happened with that flood shit, and then everybody went their separate directions. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Because pre-flood, most of the civilizations talked about the same thing, and then all of a sudden, they all went their separate ways. It's because somebody took over and erased a lot of our history, you know, and wanted to start their own history, which is where school came in.
Yeah, the worst.
Yeah.
No, it's crazy. It's gonna be deep. It's gonna go way back.
Yeah,
it's gonna go way back.
I think school should be based off of instincts and, you know.
I think there shouldn't be any school, man.
No,
really.
I mean, just like teaching the stuff that we need, survival instincts, shit like that. You know, shit, self-preservation tactics and shit like that. Like, you don't need to program nobody into thinking a certain thing is right or wrong. You just know how to protect yourself. Know how to
the thing is, man, when you try to get in that fifth dimensional talk, you know, there won't be any bad people. There won't be people that are having kids that are not supposed to have kids. So you won't have a need for somebody else to tell your child what to learn and shit, you know.
I mean, school nowadays, I mean, I don't know if anybody, school in Chicago, we was brought up to fucking not respect our parents and to fucking hate our country. Like, that's what we was brought up to teach. And it literally, like, it wasn't
that's crazy
togetherness. We was, especially, I'm just speaking on my race. That's all. Go ahead, Rosie. I was waiting for you to say something.
I just have a question. Like, didn't a video just come out talking about we're not even going to be talking anymore because we're going to be able to feel each other's feelings and thoughts and read each other's minds telepathically? Everybody's intentions are going to just have to be good naturally because everyone's going to feel that. You can't lie or nothing because you're going to know.
There'll be no negativity.
Exactly.
Because it's at a certain vibration. You know, once we get to that certain vibration, we will all, you know, all intentions will be positive. So
that's what they said with currency. They said everything's going to be based off of intentions. They said all that quantum shit is based off of, you know, the Palladian technology and shit like that, the consciousness behind it and all of that stuff. So if you're fucked up in this world, I feel sorry for you. Like,
quantum financial system's all tied into 5D as well. You know what I'm saying? It's all tied into the 5D. So that's the new system. There's no getting away. There's no getting around
the
it.
Financial system is tied up in the 5D too.
That's quantum.
Because it's not going to be no money or what?
Financial
our language is also very limited. They have to say stuff like that, like financial system, to, you know, for public's eye, like people that are still asleep and shit.
Yeah.
So I think when they say quantum financial system, they mean a geometrically level playing field.
Everything's equal. Everything's equal. Back to how it was supposed to be. Originally,
there can't be any more. There can't be any more suffering, hunger, secrets, lies, none of that. Like,
they're basically taking us off the stock exchange. They're basically taking us off the stock exchange because we were literally on the stock exchange being traded as assets.
Did y'all watch that Tom Numbers shit? I don't know if y'all watched Tom Numbers, but man, he was just talking about the Tiger Woods shit.
Well, I haven't watched that one yet.
Tiger Woods, like, you know, I ain't gonna do it how he did it, but pretty much it equaled up to stock exchange crash.
And then the stock market
because they was talking about, I think his name equaled stock exchange, and they was talking about his crash. Like, man, hey, that Tom Numbers dude knows this shit.
And that's when it happened. And that's when it happened too. They said that that what the fuck crashed earlier today at 1 o'clock. I forgot what the fuck.
Federal Reserve. They just announced the Federal Reserve crash. But here's the thing: that thing's been gone a long time ago. They announced it.
Trump them had that go a long time ago.
Over here, the Queen's husband is dead poorly. He's sick.
Dang.
Yeah.
It's coming, man. They said
who was that? That's Prince Philip, right?
Yeah.
And that was from the very beginning. That was from the very beginning. Q said it was going to be around this time when shit really started. And like I said, most people, you know.
And then I seen that video where they're, my bad. I seen that video where they're taking the fences down from around the White House, and the flag was at half mast today.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's going down, man. Shit's happening. But it was like I said, it's
crazy,
it's
man. It's gonna be when they play this emergency broadcast. I'm gonna go and tell y'all I'm gonna act a goddamn fool.
Oh, man. I heard that twice.
Man,
are you still on lockdown over there?
No, I ain't.